I connect with some people just like I would do in real life, and in that connection I also find the good pictures.
And recently I've come to understand that my thing is more feeling, so I feel when things fall into place.
The camera is a problem.
You see, the camera is a mechanical instrument that disconnects us.
Because I'm sorry.
No, don't.
It really does.
Don't get sad. Don't get sad.
Besides Leica then.
But you used to tilt always. I remember you always had this.
Yes.
It's like.
Oh, I still do. What I see when we're photographing together, you say something. Oh, I got it now.
Yeah.
This feeling I never have.
This is my connection with the universe. We have that deal.
That's fine for you. You have the divine thing there. I'm not there, and I'm not saying that there isn't anything divine in the world, but for me this is not how I work, or think I work in the street now.
Many times there are situations that I don't know how to approach the people, that I don't know what key to pick, how to approach them, what gesture, what words to use, and sometimes it's frustrating. So it's.
But I totally agree. For me, the camera is really a door opener. I would never have met all these people I meet.
Exactly.
Whether it's a head of state or homeless people on the street, the camera is my door opener and makes me come in contact with people and get them to tell their story. Which is the beauty about being a photographer and why I so enjoy being a photographer, I think.
We just met Gerard and we had breakfast, and it was okay to take this picture, but then he was a very open character.
And it was actually the other way around. We started talking with him before even thinking of photos. No?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, he looked interesting in that sense. Typical Francis, and with his French newspaper and the coffee on the table. So that looked interesting. But then I found it interesting to see that he's a man that traveled a lot in his life already. His daughter was Miss Chile in 2016.
Exactly.
So,
which is kind of surprising.
Totally. And then he felt a little bit uncomfortable, like after the first pictures. And then also I made a mistake. I went down on my knees when I asked him it was okay to take his picture. I went down on my knees. And I thought it was the better angle, but when I was down there, I realized it wasn't. I didn't shoot it again. This is about a region in the mountains between Haiti and Dominican Republic, where the people have a problem with deforestation. Mm-hmm. And so all the woods are gone, and which causes huge trouble.
I think it's also here, which is what I like about you. You have this strong sense of graphics, and you use deep blacks and intense white, like in this photo. I mean, the silhouettes are sort of a good way to tell a story, because you give a hint of what's going on, but not the whole thing necessarily. And this is a good example, I think.
Well, I always like to work with a lot of contrast in color too, and this is why we always had this dispute about RAW or JPEG. Yeah. You're the RAW, your Evangelium is the RAW, mine is the JPEG, because I understand that RAW, of course, gives you more detail and everything, but I'm not after the latest detail. My thing
you don't care if things go black, no?
No, of course, I'm educated in commercial photography. I'm in the studio, then I would shoot RAW, I would shoot big cameras, big format. But out in the street, I don't care. I'm not reproducing cloths or whatever, unless it's something that's really important for the story, then of course. Let's talk about your project.
Okay, we are in Perpignan, and I prepared a portfolio of one of my projects to show to editors and consultants in photography. Let's maybe just jump this first picture and keep them all in horizontal photos.
What is your approach?
I'm trying to be as much as a fly on the wall. Nobody really sees, or nobody sees me. That's the whole point. I don't want to have any contacts. This is how I usually do on the street. I go and ask people, make contact with people that seems to be interested and do more classic portrait, you can say. In this project, I just don't want to have any contact. I want to capture life, because all the photos for me is about also capturing a moment. Not only photographing the city and how we look like, but I want to have the people show something like emotion or something that makes a moment in the photograph. It's an ongoing project, so I'm still gonna keep shooting wherever I travel, do this project here.
Why did you pick this one especially as the opening picture?
I think for me this was the first picture actually I took. That's
it was
sort
in
of
Rome, yeah.
This project started in Rome, but it's also the first picture I thought, oh, this is something I have not done before. This is different from. I usually do color mostly, but I've done black and white too. But this whole series is different, and it started with that one picture there.
I would have placed this in Rome if I didn't see the location.
That's funny. One of the editors I showed to said exactly the same. I knew this was Rome before I looked at the title. I was trying to push myself, which maybe is wrong, because I never get that one thing that is me. And what I really like about the way you work is you push things. You're not happy before you have it really. You stay with it. You keep going. You move a little bit around, and you keep going, and that's how you get your good work. Here you see more of the face.
This is the priest, the voodoo priest.
Exactly, and again, you always play with elements in the background because you want to broaden the story, and bring in elements that could add to the story.
There's something I think I've been doing ever since I was working for Reuters that taught us back then we couldn't send like 20 pictures. We had to send sometimes you would call London and would say, okay, I got this in the story and I got 5 pictures right in there. Would say, one best because the lighting quality is well there. And so that kind of taught you to
get
put
it all
elements
in one picture.
All in one.
If we go back to this photo here, it's because among many photographers, harsh daylight is supposed to be bad lighting, but if you use it in a way that emphasizes the story, you can always use any kind of light. There's no really bad lights. There's only light for the situation or for the story,
For me, I literally in this moment I don't care about the light. This is the moment.
I know, but light is still important in this.
Yeah, but the moment comes first.
We have been discussing this, and I know this, but light can add an extra element.
If I can get both, of course. Yeah. But first of all, I have to position myself not according to the light, but according to where I think I will get the best moment. And then if the light is good or bad or whatever, or if I have to correct something, well, we hardly don't use I think the story with.
And I think also because we are photographing live people mostly, not landscapes, because the landscapes you can always wait for the perfect light, and when you're dealing with people in real life, you cannot. You have to be there when they are doing whatever they're doing.
I did a story on the aftermath of hurricanes in Cuba. So I went after the hurricane had passed by, and when the sun was out there already. And there I took my floor photos and I portrayed the people at noon. I wanted the bad light. I used the polarizing filter. I underexposed, and then I kicked in with so I wanted the bad.
But also, you did another sugarcane thing in Cuba where you used flash, for instance. So
that's what I mean.
Yeah. So then you have a real consciousness about the light, no?
So then you just pick any street corner and then you play it from there, or you rather walk around like Modigliana?
No, I don't necessarily pick a corner, but I pick a place where I know there's going to be a lot of traffic. So,
like for instance, you're standing still. This picture here from San Jose, these, what is it, mother or sister?
Yeah, I think it's mother and child, yeah.
You are very close.
Yeah, I'm just letting them, I stand there, I see them.
You're not walking up to them.
I'm stopping and let them walk into me. The thing is, if you lift the camera up,
Of course.
then people see you right away. And if you don't do that, they don't necessarily recognize it. And I that's another trick, I don't look at them at all. I look at them through the peripheral view, because also if I put my eyesight right on them, they're gonna notice something is going on. So it's all about finding a way to become invisible on the street, no? You have to get beyond the camera and start to think about what is important for you. It's more about your personal as a person than the camera itself, and that's where I think the camera disconnects. But you still have to have an understanding of composition of light, waiting for the moment, and all these things that
it's
makes up
for the moment, composition of the moment.
That makes up which it really makes up the photograph now. What is your feeling about this place? Because this is what transfers into something good in photography. If you don't have any feelings for what you're photographing, it's going to be boring, no? So you have to listen to yourself.
It was the first time that actually happened to me, that I don't recall a place where the emptiness impacted me like this. But as you can see over the days, I see more people now, I get more in contact with people now. So, but definitely when I'm going back to Cuba now,
it's not going to be landscapes.
No, of course. It would be possible to shoot landscape in Cuba.